Hey, 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 welcome back. Dr. Nick here, wellness coach and wholeness advocate, and you are listening to Holistic Mental Health for Women Solopreneurs. Let's jump into it today. Guys, today's episode is a tender one. It's sensitive. It has the potential to stir up emotions in me and potentially in you, the listener. I just want to make sure I say that up front. I'm going to share something really personal, something that really shifted me recently. And honestly, this is one of those moments in life that makes everything feel a little more real, a little more urgent, but also a little more clear. So, in the middle of everything that has been happening to me at the start of this year, 2026, you know, the trying to launch my first online summit in the midst of loss, temporary relocation, and family transitions, I got the news that one of my best friends, my girl, my more like a sister than a friend, ride or die, was at the end of her life. I will never forget where I was and what I was doing in the moment her sister called to tell me that doctors had said there was nothing more they could do for her, and the family would be blessed if she made it through the end of the month. That was April 2026. My heart sank. I lost my breath. There are just some moments where everything slows down and nothing else feels as important as it did just a moment before. For me, this was one of those moments. I had no words. It was heavy. It was sobering. It was heartbreaking. And honestly, with everything else I was already dealing with, I thought, how much more can my heart take? How could I possibly hold all the things I was being asked to manage in this season? I needed to pause. As I gave myself space to just sit, feel, reflect, be, my mind began to race with thoughts of her. As I thought about our conversations over the years, many laughs, many tears, so many fun times, so many memories, I started thinking about something I hadn't fully thought about before. I started thinking about her dreams, the things she talked about, the things she told me she wanted to do, the things she hoped for, the things that were in her heart that never got the chance to fully manifest. I can still hear her talking about the books she wanted to write and how she wanted to tell her story, not just to tell it, but to help people, to free people. I remember the way her face would light up when she talked about cooking and building a business, doing something she loved. She was an amazing cook. My heart shattered just a bit more thinking about the hopes and dreams that were going with her to her grave. I know, I know. This isn't the easiest thing to talk about, and I'm sure it's not all that fun to listen to. But the reality is this is a critical conversation that we as women, visionaries, dreamers, women of purpose and destiny, must be willing to have. As all of my memories of her flowed through my mind, something shifted in me. And like a tsunami, I was flooded with the phrase, girl, you need to pause. You need to stop dreaming and start doing. Life is short. go after your dreams suddenly became words that were realer than real. They became truths I could not question or ignore. And I was left with this: what am I doing with what's in me? And I ask you the same. What are you doing with what's in you? Because the truth is, so many of us are walking around with dreams buried inside of us, not because we don't care, but because life gets busy. Responsibilities take over. We're tired. We're afraid. We're waiting for the right time. We're waiting for perfection to come. We're trying to survive. And little by little, we postpone the very things that make us feel most alive. I had to sit with that for myself. In the middle of a year that already felt like it had me in a serious chokehold. Correction, it didn't feel like it. It totally had me. Totally in a chokehold. I had to ask myself, am I fully living? Am I truly going after what's in my heart? Or am I letting life, exhaustion, and circumstances slowly convince me to shrink back? So I want to ask you something, and I want you to really sit with it. What is in you that you keep putting off? What dream, what idea, what business, what creative expression have you quietly buried, telling yourself you'll get to it later? Because here's what I know in a deeper way than I knew before that phone call. Later is not promised. And I don't say that to create fear. I say it to create clarity, to create urgency in the most grounded, honest way possible. This is not pressure, it's perspective. I don't want to leave what's in me buried. I don't want to get to the end of my life and realize that I played small with something that was meant to be lived out loud. I don't want to keep postponing the very things that make me feel most aligned and alive. And I don't want that for you either. So, ladies, this is your gentle, honest, loving reminder. Don't leave the dream buried inside you. What's in you matters, and it deserves to be expressed in whatever way you can, in whatever season you're in. You are worthy of creating space where dreams can flourish. Don't shrink. Don't wait. Move forward in wisdom. Acknowledge and honor your capacity. Take the next best aligned steps for you. If this resonated with you, if this stirred something in you, if you know the time is now and waiting is no longer an option, I invite you to connect with me through my newsletter, The Pause for Solos, over on Substack, where I share deeper reflections, strategies, resources, and tips for how to move forward in building something meaningful without abandoning yourself in the process. Ladies, let's pause here. Take a moment to breathe. Breathe in deeply, maybe a bit deeper than feels comfortable, and hold it. And slowly breathe it out. Give yourself some space. Make a decision. Commit to yourself and to your dream. Take one step. Even the smallest step counts. But don't keep carrying something inside of you that was meant to be lived out loud. Until next time, ladies, nurture the wholeness within.